Hey guys, so I just couldn't help myself. I had to know what this pistol is capable in 25 caliber. And of course, having 25 caliber K1 in my closet, I converted one of them into the pistol. Actually, the pistol remained basically the same. All I did is made a barrel and use the magazine from one of those K1s, so everything can be returned in the original state. This is how I wanted to do this in general. So the goal kind of here was, and my main curiosity is what is possible to achieve with the 25 caliber, what kind of power is possible to get. And kind of, if you think about Huben K1 in general, it's kind of getting, this kind of PCP, high power PCP air guns are getting close to the rimfire, so let's say low power firearm cartridges. So the idea here was to get as close as possible, even match the 25 ACP, which is considered a very wimpy, so very low power cartridge, but for air gun and especially air pistol, this is actually a huge amount of power if you think about it. So the 25 ACP has about 80 joules or 60 foot-pounds, and as you read from the title, this is exactly where I came to. So I actually was able to get 80 joules or 60 foot-pounds with this pistol, 25 caliber. Now, I do have to say, of course, that I managed to achieve those kind of powers using this pistol without the regulator, which is not the way I intended to use it, because that was just everything maxed out. So that was at 220 bars, unregulated, of course. And of course, each next shot was already lower, and I couldn't get much more than, let's say, about 5 usable shots in that case. So it's not much of a, let's say, useful way of using a pistol like this. Sorry to say, guys, but I don't have recordings for this test, so as of now you will just have to take my word for it. I do have notes here what I achieved, and I will get through this, and then we will get to the current state and the state in which I will show you how this gun shoots and the power that I can achieve. So let's go first through the unregulated, what I got. So I tested with, of course, with pellets, so JSB King Heavy. I used MK2, although this is not really relevant for this case, because those are MK1 and MK2 are basically the same weight, just a slightly different shape. And I also used slugs because I wanted to have heavy projectiles in order to get that slightly higher powers, higher energies. And with unregulated at 220 bars, maxed out, so power set to full maximum, I was able to get with regular Kings about 60 joules, so that's about, I think, 40 foot-pounds, about approximately. That's 270 meters per second. That is just under 900 feet per second. That's quite a lot for this setup. I will go for the setup also as well. With heavies, about 247 meters per second, which is roughly 830 or something like that feet per second. So that's 67 joules, probably around 45 foot-pounds. And then I also tested the slugs, which of course gave the biggest power. I actually have here some slugs that I also shown in the test that are actually slugs for 25 ACP caliber. So these are about 45 grain, and they are hollow points. I will be using this a bit more in the future videos in the rifle as well. So this gave quite high power, and with this I managed to get about 74 joules which is about less than 55 foot-pounds. So these are 44 grain, and the velocity was roughly 230 meters per second, which is roughly 700. I will put the numbers in one of the corners because I'm not good with foot-pounds. I also had flat points, same slugs, just no hollow points, so slightly heavier. They are about 46 grain, 77 joule with those. Again, you will have the foot-pounds written here. And the best and the highest power were my slugs. So these are the boat tail 25 caliber 48 grain slugs, which gave 80 joules or 60 foot-pounds at about 226 meters per second, roughly. So at this power, and because the power wheel, my power wheel is here, by the way, on the pistol, this gun has like ridiculous recoil, especially if you fully open it, because the recoil is not only from accelerating the slug or pellet, but also from the blast of air, because the valve is open for too long, that is behind the pellet. So the recoil is just ridiculous. You will even see the recoil in the velocities that will show you in regulated version when I open the gun a bit more. So this makes it extremely fun to shoot. But nevertheless, getting that extreme high energy was just, let's say, curiosity. More useful way is to use a regulator, and right now I have over in here a Huben regulator, as I did in 22 caliber. Everything is basically the same here as is on 22. The only difference is that this barrel, the part where you thread in a barrel in Huben, is actually different, because I didn't want to disassemble the old 22 caliber version. So this is the 22 caliber barrel with the magazine, and this is old type of this mount for the barrel, and I actually made for this old type this part that goes on like this to makes it slightly, let's say, more pretty. And on the new part, actually this cannot slide so far back, because as you can see, this part goes to here and the old one went to here. So I actually just made the barrel slightly longer. So instead of 18 centimeters, this one is 18.8 centimeters. I will also give that in inches. So slightly longer, hardly noticeable. I didn't want to make the gun big. I want to have it a 1 kilogram pistol that is actually pistol shape, pistol size, pistol grip, everything pistol, not the huge pistols that are nowadays out. They claim that they are pistols. In my mind, those are not pistols anyway. Of course, this comes at a price in being really loud, especially if you open it up, because this has just the barrel. The end is just the barrel. So of course, this is a trade-off in this case. So I'm not going to go through more details, because you can watch my first and second video on the 22 version, because everything else is the same. Due to lockdown, I have to shoot at home. Luckily, I have really good neighbors that don't mind me testing every once in a while. I don't do it often, but still it's quite loud. I mean, if it's some shrouded rifle, then it's a different story, of course. Despite that, I did everything at home. And yes, I do have a pink house, because I have 3 daughters and a wife and dog and cat that are both also female, so bear with me on this. I tested for velocity those pellets, so basically King regular, King heavy. I did use it MK2, but as I said, it's not important. I also tried KnockOut in terms of the velocities, and my slugs, just so you can see what are the powers that it's possible to get, and the ACP hollow points. And yeah, you will see this in the video now. So I was actually really surprised, because I wanted to first show you the velocities, so I shoot over the crony, and after that I went to 15 meters and just shoot one shot string. I do know that the sights that are on here, which are basically really simple sights, hopefully you can see that, traditional sights, I do know that they are perfectly sighted in, so I know where to aim in order to hit something. I'm not a good shot, especially not shooting out of the hand with pistol, not even a rifle actually. But I was surprised how easy it is to hit targets as small as this. So I was at 15 meters, which is probably roughly 17 yards. And targets like this I took 2 shots to hit this one. But wood and 2 pieces of aluminum, you will see everything is shot in one clip. And also the power that it has, actually the aluminum has significant dents, and this is 6061 aluminum, so it's quite durable aluminum. So it was really fun. So without me talking any further, enjoy the rest of the video, the clip, the velocities and things like that. Make sure you subscribe on my channel. Hit the bell, because otherwise you will not be notified when I release new videos. And that's it. Okay, power settings. Got the regular kings inside. We're gonna start with lowest power, and initial pressure is about 170 bars. So this is the lowest power possible. Let's open up by 1 revolution. Okay, we are open 1 revolution from minimum. Of course, same pressure. Okay. And from now on we will open by half a revolution, so half a revolution more from where we were now. So this is in total 1.5 revolution from minimum. Okay, and now we will add a quarter, meaning that we will be at 1.75 from minimum. The reason why I'm going this way is because the power gets up quite fast after 1 revolution. Get the redot on the second one. So we are at 175, and now we will be at 2, so I added 1 more quarter. This is about the maximum, so this is 2 revolutions. I will go further for another quarter, so 2.25 revolutions. You can see it's much louder, but not much more powerful, and of course consumption is much greater. So kind of the 2 revolution is the optimum. JSB King Heavy MK2, 2 revolutions from minimum, regulated to 170 bars. Not picking up the crony. Oh, come on. Sometimes it helps if I reset. Let's try it. JSB KnockOuts, 2 revolutions, regulated at 170 bars. I had only 4. Got the 25 ACP slugs So these are hollow points, about 45 grain roughly. And let's see what is the velocity with 2 revolutions, 170 bars. For some reason it kicks a lot more, but the velocity is not that high. So I'm assuming this is not very efficient, I mean in terms of air consumption. Oh, the recoil is significant. It's cool. We have my bow tail slugs. These are roughly 48 grain. So these are not the first choice for this configuration, but we'll give it a go. Again, 2 revolutions, 170 bars. The efficiency of these slugs are really high. I mean, we got higher velocity than with lighter ACP slugs. The recoil is really significant. Okay, so we are at roughly 15 meters from the target. I got the pistol filled with MK2s. The power setting is about 1.75 revolutions, so this gives us about 210 meters per second. 15 meters away, small targets, not the best shot on the pistol, especially not out of hand. Hopefully I will be able to give you some cool slow-mo shots. So we will see from initial pressure of 210, yeah, 90 bars, if we can get 10 shots in this power setting, and of course if we can hit anything. So let's try with the wood. Wow, that was probably luck. Okay, let's go for the clay. So okay, let's go for the tall aluminium on the left side. This one is harder. You have anything left? Ah, the saw. Almost didn't see it. Cool. Okay, we have, I think, one more shot. We are still on the rag, so if you check here, still on the rag. So let's see if we can hit the clay again. I think we did. Let's see. One more shot. That was 9. So we are, I think, just on the regulator limit. Let's do one more. Okay, that's it. Yeah, they're definitely under the reg, so it started to drop. Keep in mind that this regulator is showing too much for about 20 bars, so basically 190 means actually 170. Hopefully I got all of this in focus. This is my slow motion setup, so the X-T4 with the 400mm lens, not fully zoom in this case, and 15 meters away were the small targets, relatively small for the pistol. So not sure where we hit this, maybe we didn't hit it well. Which one of this is the hit? I'm not sure. This might be something from before. So over here we can clearly see it on the bottom here. Quite powerful. And over here I assume it's this. Wow, that's quite a dent for a pistol. This of course is really hard steel, but perfect hit otherwise. And the saw is here. We got it just on the edge. So really cool to shoot targets like this. I'd never do it, and it's really fun. So over here is our wood shot. So this is 2 centimeters. Of course, went straight through without any issues. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next one.